disclaimer, that noise that you hear in the back is me pumping. I just figured, like, what better and wrong way to record the video about exclusively pumping, aka breastfeeding, if I'm not pumping while I'm recording. Okay, so period. Anyways, I just want to hop right in. I was just sitting here thinking about how far I've come with breastfeeding. I am an exclusively pumper. My baby was preemie, so we did have a lot of complications with the breastfeeding directly from the breast, as well as I had a C-section and my milk was janky with coming in. So I'm just gonna give y'all a few tips that I wish people would have given me when I first started out, and this really just came from trial and error. Like, I was watching so many videos and stuff, and the videos were people giving advice. For those people, they were pumping like 8 ounces per session. I'm like, I need a video from someone who's struggling, who's making the minimum amount for milk. I don't need somebody who's pumping 10 times more than me. But that's just my way of thinking about it. So we're just gonna hop straight into the video. Okay, first thing first was I got a pump. I'm gonna show it me. But that's just my way of thinking about it. So we're just gonna hop straight into the video. Okay, first thing first was I got a pump. I'm gonna show y'all the pump that I got. And I am in the Army, so I got this through TRICARE, my insurance. I have the Motif. And this one is really good, and I like it because it have different modes. It have a massage mode, and then it has an expression mode. I usually start out with the massage mode for like 4 minutes, just so it can lightly, nibble on the nipple. And then that's when I go into expression, and so I switch 5 times. Sometimes, depending on how I'm feeling, I may just do the whole session on massage mode. So yeah, I have the Motif, and it's pretty amazing. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. When I first started pumping, y'all, I was barely producing an ounce, and I would feel so sad. I would beat myself up because it wasn't even like, it was barely enough, and my baby would want more, y'all. So I did go to a lactation specialist. They wind up telling me that I needed to supplement with formula. This upset me so much because I just knew my whole pregnancy, the whole time I was pregnant, I just knew that I wanted to breastfeed. Like, formula was not in the plan. So I had to start supplementing with formula. And at that time, like, she was getting more formula than breast milk because my breast milk was just not coming in as good. Like, it just wasn't. So I wound up dealing with that a little bit. It was a few times I was like, I'm done with this crap. I'm done. And then when I went to the doctor, every time we went in for her checkup, she was just constantly dropping weight because she was not getting enough milk from directly breastfeeding. And the doctor, I told her about how I didn't want to do the formula, and she was like, well, you know that you can exclusively pump, and it's the same. It's still a form of breastfeeding. And so I was just like, you're right. So that's how I started on this exclusively pumping journey. I've only been doing this for maybe a month. And y'all, at first they wanted me to start out pumping right after every feed for 10 minutes, and then massaging each breast for 5 minutes each. That was so hard because I was sleep deprived and just waking up every 2 hours. So I'm not gonna lie, I was really crappy about doing it, and that's probably why my breast milk still wasn't coming in. So then I had a friend, and she had a baby the first time, a C-section, and so she struggled with milk production too. So she told me about these fenugreek. I mean, I be pronouncing it right, but she told me about that. So I went to Target and I bought some fenugreek tablets. Y'all, they were helping. Then another friend told me about this drink that you drink, and it's basically a Mother's Nature's tea. And it supports milk production. That worked more than the pills. And y'all, it was like, I started just taking all of that stuff at once because I was so desperate for my milk to come in. I just wanted to breastfeed so bad. So my plan was to just take those supplements until my milk got off the ground and started, you know, producing on its own. And then that's when I was gonna go into full breastfeeding mode and get off of the supplements. It took a minute, I'm not gonna lie. I was probably on those supplements for like a month until I started getting to the point where I did not have to take the supplements, and I was still producing a steady amount with every pumping session. So that's just a little quick backstory. So now I'm just gonna get into some things that you need to know for exclusively pumping for beginners. So number one, you need a pump. Like I just showed you, Medicare can give them to you. You can rent them out. You can get one from your insurance. Like, just get your hands on a breast pump. If you're someone who's struggling, even if you don't plan on exclusively pumping and you just want to get it where your milk is coming in, start to pump. Start to pump, y'all. Next, hydrating. I was not drinking a lot of water just because, you know, I just wasn't. So now I drink so much water. I be using my hospital cup to measure how much water I drink, and I just start downing water. Also, Body Armor drinks. Oh my God. I was taking those before I was pregnant because I worked out a lot and they kept me hydrated. And they're amazing, even if you're not pumping and you're just breastfeeding, y'all. Like, Body Armor, Gatorades, and then next, calories. You want to eat a lot. It don't matter what you're eating. Personally, I'm gonna have a lot of people down here saying eat healthy stuff. Yes, you want a lot of protein, a lot of meat, a lot of chicken. But if you're someone who cannot eat a lot because you're petite, you can try the Ensure drinks. I'm gonna insert a picture of the ones I was drinking here. The Ensure drinks are so good to me, y'all. Like, and you can freeze them or you can drink them room temperature. So you could do that. Also, oat milk. This is what it looks like. Over here, insert a picture. The oat milk is, y'all, when I drank that oat milk, I swear within the next session, like an hour later, I was pumping more honey. Like, the milk was giving me life. Plus, my baby was having a bad reaction to cow's milk. So I just think that was better. The oat milk is gluten free and all of that good stuff. So look into that. Next, I just want to say, like, breastfeeding and pumping is a mental state. You want to just know that milk doesn't come overnight for everyone. For some people, they have their baby, especially if you're someone who's had a C-section, it do take a little longer for your milk to come in. If you're really someone who wants to really stick with the breast milk thing, just pump. And I've started a little stash, and I'm gonna insert my mini stash picture here. Okay, I've started stashing. That's what it looks like, and I'm just a beginner stasher because eventually I will have to go back to work, and I want my baby to be able to continually stay on the breast milk and not have to go back to formula. Um, yeah, so I know this video was short, but I just wanted to share just those few tips. And if y'all want a more in-depth video, comment down below. Thank y'all for watching, and goodbye. Oh, also, if you want to see how much I pump, stay tuned. Each pumping session, I'm making like 4 ounces now, sometimes more, depending on how long I wait in between pumping sessions. So if I wait 3 to 4 hours in between, then I can pump up to 8 ounces in one session. If I'm waiting 2 hours, then I'm looking at like 4 ounces. So just to give you a rough, explanation. And like I said, I'll show y'all in the end how much I pumped. And thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. And hey guys, so I am back just to show y'all how much milk I had pumped during that session. During the video. Okay, I'm just gonna flip my camera and show you 5 ounces. So 4 and some changed, but it looks really close to 5. So also I just wanted to give y'all some tips, because if you're deciding to exclusively pump and you're also deciding that you want to possibly later on go back and try to actually be able to breastfeed, like latching onto the breast, or if you want to kind of keep both, because my baby does do both. She takes bottle and breast. One of the brand bottles that I would highly recommend is the Tummy Tippy bottles, and this is just what worked for my child. I know they have ma'am bottles and they have other brands that are the shape or like the mother's breast. Those are the bottles that you want to try to get. That way, that way your baby is still kind of good with you. Disclaimer, I don't believe in nipple confusion, because my baby, and I've seen other babies and they've been just fine with bottle and breast. So I'm gonna show y'all, and I have like every color Tummy Tippy bottle, so I'm just gonna show y'all the ones that I specifically think that beginners should try getting. I do use the pitcher method, and I personally like to use the Avent bottles in my refrigerator as the pitcher, because one, it helps me keep track. I like to use a bottle because it helps me keep track of how much milk by just opening the refrigerator. Also, sometimes I do the pitcher method with one of the Tummy Tippy bottles, because instead of me having to go and pour milk out, I can just fill that bottle up, or however I want to do it, and then put it in the fridge. But this is the bottle I highly recommend for beginner moms. Excuse the mess in the back, going through some baby things. And I'm gonna just briefly explain to y'all why I'm recommending these. So I have regular Tummy Tippy bottles that just anti-colic, and it's just regular, so they just look like these. This is just one of the colors I have, which is the white nipple. I have some of the pink ones. I have all the colors, to be honest. A lot of them are sterilizing. But the ones that even if you only get one box of these, please do. It's a great investment. Please invest in these. And it's the Tummy Tippy brand, but it's with the heat sensing strips. So this is the blue ones. They have purple ones. They have different color ones with the heat strips. The heat strips look like this. So this one is blue because this one goes with the blue one. As you see, I already have the heat strip sitting in there. And then they have some purple ones, and it comes with a purple heat strip. But I'm going to show you why I'm saying if you're going to exclusively breastfeed, especially if you're doing the pitcher method too, and you're feeding that baby out of a bottle, and sometimes you're sitting that bottle in the fridge and you have to go back and heat it up. I'm going to show you why I think those bottles specifically are the best for that. So I'm just going to take 2 of the blue heating strips because I want to show y'all how they work. And then I'm just going to get 2 bottles. Or I'm just going to get 1 bottle because I don't need 2 bottles to show y'all. So I'm just going to grab 1 bottle. And what I'm going to do is, sorry, had a brain fart. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to heat up water. And then when I heat that water up, I'm going to come back to y'all. So stay tuned. I'm just going to show y'all why I highly recommend the bottles with the heating strips. So this is the heating strip before. Just purple, right? I just got a bottle of water and I heated it up. And so I'm just going to use this one to dip the heating strip in so I can show you. Its reaction. And I did this really, really hot on purpose. I'm just tilting it so it heats. Okay, can y'all see what's happening? Oops, dropping it on the floor. Look what happened. It turned it pink because the milk is too hot for the baby. It's too hot for the baby. And that's what I love about these heating strips. So when you go to warm that baby's milk up, and sometimes it can be in the middle of the night, if you're someone who's using a bottle warmer, sometimes you just put it in there, you mash play, and you're so tired that you're not really paying attention to the you're not really paying as much attention. And look, as it cools off, it starts to turn back purple, like at the bottom. But you're not paying as much attention because you're just so sleepy, and you give that baby that milk and it can actually scorch their throat, or even worse. So I recommend these bottles highly because of that. Also, if you want to follow my my milk journey with me, I'm gonna put down below my Instagram for breastfeeding and pumping. And also I have these breast milk starter kits, and it has a lot of the products that I used that helped my milk come in. I'm also going to be giving away some brand new Tummy Tippy bottles that have the heat strips in them to some moms. So go down and follow that page, definitely, to stay in tune. And I have pictures of the box. I'm going to insert it right here. And so that's just a few things that come in there. Or if you want, you can just go to the store. I got most of it from Target, and you can just get the items yourself. I had to order some of it. But if you would like a gift basket with Tummy Tippy bottles with the heat strips and some of the stuff in there, just go on my Instagram page to see what you can do to apply for one of those milk starting boxes.